All right, welcome to the Mishawaka High School Football Coaches Show, presented to you by Southwestern Michigan College. I'm Daniel Phillips here with Coach Kinder. Coach, how does it feel to be on your second now Coaches Show of the season?
Well, it's nice coming here after a win. Get to talk to you guys about a good team win last Friday and moving on to a tough opponent.
All right, Coach, let's talk about that team win. Started off after the first half. You guys were down by 10. Score was 17-7. What was said, and what difference did you see in those players?
Well, not a lot was said. That would imply that I get credit for something that I had very little to do with. We talked about going through ups and downs together, which is kind of our word for the season. And we had talked that good things were going to happen and bad things were going to happen. It was how you reacted to those things. And I knew we would play better in the second half. I didn't think we played poorly in the first half. We just had some silly mistakes that kind of ended some drives, kind of extended some drives for them or gave them some points. And we cleaned those things up, and we played a heck of a lot better in the second half and got on a run, and Marian couldn't get the momentum back. So it was a great team win. I was really proud of the way our kids played, particularly in the second half after having some adversity.
When it's the first time doing anything, no matter how many times you've done it, um, getting the first win out of the way, I'm sure is very nice. How is that for you and the players? Getting that first one out of the way against a team that's just across town, but still, that first win, starting out the season on a high note, how does that feel?
Well, winning games is so much fun. It beats the alternative. So anytime you win a ball game against a quality opponent, you know that you've earned something, and we earned it against Marion. It was a really good team that's going to win a lot of games. It was a super physical game. It's probably the most physical game we've had against them in my 7 years. So we've had to recover from some bumps and bruises and trying to move on early in the week here.
All right, and Coach, a lot of great player performances individually throughout that game, but one that I got to highlight, and also have to mention that this was his first varsity start, and he is a sophomore. Caden O'Neal, he rushed for 162 yards and 3 touchdowns, all in the second half. How much does that mean to you, to him, and to the team as a whole?
Well, it was really fun to watch the way he ran the football, particularly in the second half. He was hard to tackle. He was not getting tackled by one person. And his 3 touchdown runs, he was breaking tackles in all three of them. Got to be better with taking care of the football. I think that one that he got called down in the third quarter was really close. Could have gone either way. But he had a ton of fun. It was so fun to watch the smile as he came off the field. He's a tough, competitive kid that cares about the program, loves his teammates. So I think he's going to have a great season for us.
All right, Coach, this is a very, very big week. I mean, every week is big when it comes to football, but this is individually a big week. It's Penn week. You guys are doing a lot of prep for that, and today was the start of the week, kind of, or earlier in the week, and it was a little different. It was unconventional practice. You guys had practice at 6 a.m. How was the weather affecting your guys' preparation for this week?
Well, the biggest thing was we wanted to make sure that we didn't get a lost day because nothing is going to happen outside this afternoon. And last year during this week we had the same kind of issues with a heat advisory, and we had to be indoors on a Tuesday and got very little done. And I didn't think that we were as prepared going into the game as we needed to be. So we made the decision to go this morning because we have to. Tuesday for most football programs is probably the most important day in game preparation. So we had to have a good practice. We had a good practice. It was short because of the start of school, but we got a lot accomplished this morning. The weather was great. It was kind of nice to watch the sunrise at Steel Stadium. Comes up just over there. It was beautiful this morning, and it was a high 70 weather. Not much to complain about.
All right, both sides of this game, Penn and Mishawaka, get very excited, and both teams are always honored to host this backyard brawl. This year we're hosting it for the first time, or you guys, excuse me, are hosting it for the first time since 2019. How does that feel to you and the players?
Well, I think it's exciting because it's our first home game of the year. You add that we've got a new turf field that makes it exciting. I think the community will like to see that as well. And like you said, like this is a game that matters to a lot of people. It matters to the communities of both teams. It matters to the kids, and to be perfectly honest with you, it's important to the coaches as well. You know, we've got a lot of respect for their coaching staff. We spend time with them in the off season at various clinics, and you know, so whenever you can compete against guys that you consider friends and people that you look up to, that's a great opportunity.
And Coach, lastly, there are a lot of different changes in both programs. Besides winning, what is the one thing or a few things that you want to accomplish in this matchup against Penn?
Well, I think the biggest thing is this is going to prepare us for the rest of the season and the tournament. You know, you put Penn on film. I can't imagine that we have to defend someone as fast as Penn is. You know, between the quarterback, the couple receivers they have, the running backs, they've got some speed. That's going to help us in our conference season. It's going to help us in the tournament. And to be honest with you, I just want to see us compete. Right? Like, and it's the same thing every week. Obviously, you want to win the game, but the biggest thing, the way that you win football games against good people is you play hard, you play physically, you play fast, you line up correctly. And to be honest with you, I didn't think we played very well last year against them, and I think our kids recognize that. We weren't ready to play. At the beginning of the game, we made a lot of silly mistakes. I thought we were a little timid. Those are the things I'm looking for this week, right? And I think if we do those things better than we did a year ago, then we might give ourselves a chance to win in the fourth quarter.
It's certain to be a very fun, exciting matchup between you two very good teams, two very good traditional programs. I'm looking forward to it myself. That's going to wrap up this week's Mishawaka High School Football Coaches Show, presented to you by Southwestern Michigan College. Thank you, Coach, as always.
All right, thanks, buddy.